As part of our mechanics, we want to look at the elbow separation. As we talked about, when we get a good stance, when we get a good swing, we're right here. We want to make sure we have a good separation right here between our connection point and our elbow. So when we do that, we want to make sure we separate before we go into our swing. One of the ways to get the girls to achieve that feel is to have them stand up. Again, tee aligned to the front of the front foot. I'm going to stand here, I'm going to put this right across my eyes. Slowly going to pull it back. As I pull it back, you'll see my elbow gets to here. Once I'm at this 90-degree angle, I'm going to rotate up, get into here. Now I can come down, make a good connection, and drive through. This is how the drill looks. That's the elbow separation drill. Our next drill is the sidearm connection. As we talk about getting ready to hit, we're into this position, good athletic, feet perpendicular to the plate. We've got a good connection right here. What we want to do is, as we start our swing, we want to come down and make this connection from here down to here to get into a good punch. The way to do that is you take the ball. And for us coaches that have been around a little while, we're used to skipping rocks. You can't use that analogy with the kids these days because kids just don't skip rocks anymore. But that's exactly what we want to do. We want to be back here in a good position with our bat handle here. We're going to stride, heel plant, and then as I go to throw, make the connection, and now skip the rock. It's as simple as that. All we're trying to do is give them the feel of this connection right here, and then extension out right to the pitcher. That's the sidearm connection. This drill is called the leading elbow drill. This is critical that we have the right positioning of the tee in association with the girl. You don't want to put the tee too far away. You don't want to have it too high or too low. Get the girl on one knee, back knee, front knees out, the front legs out. We're in a good position. We're all set. Good bat. Bat's in our fingertips. We've got good separation. As we start our swing, we're going to make connection. As we make connection, that's going to be point one. Point two is driving our hands forward. As we drive our hands forward, we want to drive our elbow directly toward the pitcher. So in this case, all we're looking for is 1, 2, and knocking that ball off. What you don't want to see is an imperfect positioning on this. If you put this tee too far away from the body, now you're causing the girls to go out with it. We don't want anything to go out. If you make it too low, the girls got to come down with their elbow. The correct tee placement is critical to where this is. Right at the girl's elbow height, so that all she has to do is make connection and go forward to knock that ball off. That's the leading elbow drill. Our next drill uses the insider bat. Very similar to a spatula you'd see in the kitchen, but it's got a very unique purpose when it comes to softball. In this case, we're going to use a tee, and we're going to use wiffle balls. We use the squishy wiffle balls that are very similar to the heavy balls we use outside, but they last a long time. But if any kind of wiffle ball will do not do this drill with a softie or with a real ball. So the way this device is designed, hold the bat just like you normally would. You get into your normal stance. As you swing, you want to keep your hands inside. If I go through inside and I drive to here to contact, right now I'll drive that ball up the middle. If I let my hands go outside, I'm going to hit it far to my left. If I don't have the bat lag, if I get to here and I do this too quickly, I'm going to go to my left. If I roll my hands, I'm going to get to the flat part of the spatula, and I'm either going to go over it or I'm going to hit it just a weak rounder. So we really got to focus on staying inside the ball, hands inside, driving it through, and extending out to the pitcher. That's the insider back. Our next drill is the chuck it drill. We've got two chuckets, one long, one short, that we picked up at our local pet supply. And what this drill is for this is for the girls that get their hands out and cast away. Okay? As we come through, we want to make sure our hands are inside the ball line, and then when we release out, we drive it out to the middle. What you're going to find is there are girls that release right here. Their first move is a straightening of the arm. When that happens, we've lost all our power, and the immediate chuck it ball is going to go far to your right. When we hold on to it properly, we're going to hold on through here and then release here. We should get it right in the middle. The bigger version is for the backhand, or you can use this as a two-hand. Again, we're in our normal position. We make connection right here, and we make sure that we come through the ball and punch it right to the middle. If we release early, the ball's going to head way to our right. So we want to hold on, create that bat leg we talked about, and then from here, drive it forward so that the ball goes right to the pitcher. That's the chuck it drill. The second 2-tee drill is you take 2 tees, put them directly next to each other, and what we're really trying to accomplish here is get a good contact point, but then drive through extension to make sure we're getting out to the pitcher. We're making that swing in the zone along the plane of the ball as long as we possibly can. So we don't have to be perfect with our timing. We can be a little bit late and drive it to right field. We can be on time and up the middle, or we can be early on a changeup and still drive to left field. So by putting these tees up, 2 balls, we're going to drive through the first one and then drive through extension, so both of these balls should go right up the middle. That's the 2-tee drill.